Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. As you can see today I'm at the Disneyland Resort to cruise around the park, have some fun, and voice my opinion on a few things including Genie Plus. So how about you and I dive right in. Oh yeah, you know the drill. Starting our day off at the parking structures, and we're gonna make the walk to the Esplanade and jump into Disneyland Park first, and then maybe make our way over to California Adventure. Since we've made it to the tram load and unload zone, might as well mention that the trams will be returning not until early 2022. So in the next couple months, they will be making a comeback here to the Disneyland Resort. Yeah, pretty soon you'll be rounding the corner at 14 miles an hour. Not really 14 miles an hour, a little bit slower than that in this particular area, but you know, through the rest of the route, you'll be traveling at 14 miles an hour. So the big news over here at the ticket booth is that Disneyland just recently raised their ticket prices and added an additional tier to the ticketing system. So now there's a sixth tier, most expensive tier, almost $170 for one day, one park. Those are probably gonna be on the very peak days like Christmas and New Year's Eve and whatnot. But yeah, a slight price increase, $5 to $20 increases across the board on single day tickets and multi-day tickets. They did not increase the price for annual passes, but speaking of annual passes, they did halt the sales of the Dream Key Pass, the most expensive pass that is available here at the Disneyland Resort. And I think they did that because, one, there is a ton of people purchasing annual passes right now, and that results in the reservation calendar being booked up very quickly. So I think they stopped, and they might go back to the drawing board a little bit and kind of rework a couple things, just because there are some issues getting reservations for the Disneyland Resort. You really have to go months in advance to book a reservation, which for an annual pass holder is a little bit of an inconvenience. I understand it's in the fine print, but it is a little bit annoying when you have to book so far in advance, especially if you're a local here and want to come to the park often. Yeah, a lot of hubbub on the ticket price change. Again, not a massive jump in price, but a jump nonetheless. So it is a little disheartening that they keep raising the prices for the product here when it's actually not a fully fledged 100% Disneyland that we are used to before the shutdown. We still don't have a lot of the parades, which they are returning soon, thankfully, but we also don't have things like Fantasmic or larger fireworks shows. A lot of the character meet and greets are very minimalistic. So there are some things that we haven't seen return just yet. And yet they are still raising the prices. And that kind of begs the question, as the monorail is kind of coming by here, will Disney raised the price again around the normal time they raise prices, which is around January, February. This price increase is a little bit of a shocker just because of the time that they've done it, right before the holidays. They haven't really done that in quite some time. So yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do it at the start of the year again too. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Yeah, make no mistake, the company is not suffering in any way. They're not losing money. So the price increase is something that is a little, I don't know. They should have waited. But enough talking about money and all that fun stuff. Let's continue our journey down Main Street because the holiday shop finally opened at the tail end of the street here. Let's go check it out. Oh, look at that. Sleeping Beauty Castle now has snow. Upon walking in the holiday shop on Main Street, you're greeted with a beautiful array of decorations, pretty much scattered throughout the entire shop. Looks gorgeous in person. And you know what's really exciting is, like I've said before, the shop will change throughout the year. So right now we have all of the holiday stuff, and then we'll change over probably to Easter. They might do some stuff for 4th of July, and then Halloween again next year. So it's gonna be really exciting to see the shop evolve and change and maybe even grow, because there's a section just kind of right outside the shop that they can play with as well. But if you wanna get your ornaments and all your Christmas tree stuff, oh yeah, you can get it right there at the holiday shop on Main Street. Oh yeah, and over here at Sleeping Beauty Castle, you can see snow is starting to fall here at the Disneyland Resort. Some little sections don't have snow on them quite yet, but they'll eventually get to that as we approach the holiday season, which premieres November 12th. I unfortunately won't be here on the 12th, I'll be out of town, but I'll be celebrating nonetheless on the 15th. It's nice to see this make a return. I wonder if the icicles are gonna be making a return as well on the castle. They usually drape those along the sides. Those look really nice. I'm sure they will because they have the holiday fireworks show returning. It's funny, we have snow on the castle, but Halloween trees in Frontierland, or well, one Halloween tree. I hope they make more of these. I want these to replicate. I want these to multiply. I'm standing amongst the stroller parking. You know, as you can see, the park is very busy for a Wednesday today. And you know, as we approach the holidays, get ready. The park will continue to stay like this and might get worse, especially during the weekends as we get closer to Christmas. Oh yeah, I'm definitely predicting, due to the pent-up demand, that this place will be relatively busy in the next few weeks as people want to see all the decorations and of course all of the holiday entertainment. Isn't this area of the park just so gorgeous? I love it. Hear the sound of the raft making its way across the rivers of America from Tom Sawyer's Island. Hear the jazz music in the background, the Mark Twain off in the distance there. Over here at Rise of the Resistance, you still need to get a boarding group to ride this attraction. So unlike Walt Disney World, where they have a standby queue, they do not have that yet at Disneyland. And I hope soon they give this ride a standby queue, because it clearly can operate with it. With Disney, the Disney World crowds and the Disneyland crowds are very similar. So I don't see why they couldn't bring the standby option here to Disneyland. Oh my goodness, here in Galaxy's Edge is like a droid party happening. You know, with Rise of the Resistance, I've never really waited more than 35 or 40 minutes for it at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. So I think the same will be here at Disneyland. Now, with that said, that might change when they introduce Lightning Lane, because they will probably overinflate the wait time in the standby queue in favor for those who purchase the additional Lightning Lane, pass. So, because remember, Rise of the Resistance is not included with Genie Plus. You have to pay extra to ride Rise of the Resistance when it's available. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here at Disneyland. But for the time being, I think they can give people a standby queue. That way more people can experience the ride, because the ride does have really good hourly capacity. Now, Lightning Lane will in fact change the dynamics of the standby queue. I guarantee it. I think the standby queues will in fact be longer once we have Lightning Lane. You know, for example, with the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, I think the line will probably be twice as long as what it is now. And unlike Walt Disney World, where it's $15 to access Genie Plus, here at Disneyland, it's $20. Oh, look at this in Fantasyland. It's a Small World has closed its doors for the time being. As you can see, they are installing all of the holiday decorations for It's a Small World. It'll be open up very, very soon, next week or two. To be able to enjoy this for the holidays. But It's a Small World holiday is fantastic. It's always one of my favorite holiday overlays, just because there's so much to look at. It's gorgeous, and the team does a fantastic job putting all this together. So really exciting that they are actually doing it this year. Looking forward to it. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, Dylan, what are your thoughts on Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane rollout here at Disneyland? Well, I've seen it at Walt Disney World. I've seen that roll out. A couple of my friends have been able to experience Genie Plus and using Lightning Lane, which is the Fast Pass replacement. And you know what? I'm just not a fan of paying for Fast Pass, because that's what this is. Fast Pass is no longer free and has been rebranded to Lightning Lane. And in order to access it, you have to pay $15 over at Walt Disney World, and it's an additional $5 here, $20 to access Lightning Lane. Now, for that $20, you'll be able to access the Lightning Lane, which is the old Fast Pass lanes that are in some of the attractions scattered throughout the Disneyland Resort. Now, the thing that is very interesting is in Florida, I've been seeing that once people purchase the Genie Plus, the window of availability for Lightning Lane is further out in the day. So some people are only able to experience Lightning Lane on 3 attractions at most sometimes. So is it really worth getting Genie Plus? I don't think so. I think it's just the company capitalizing on something that was once free, and it is just an opportunity for them to make money. And with the other issue, the individual Lightning Lane purchases, that is a little worrisome, because I don't like the idea of having to pay extra for skipping the line, not in its entirety. You still have to wait a little bit for certain attractions. At what point do people say no to that? How much money are you willing to spend to skip the line at, say, Space Mountain? $15, $20, $30? What if it was $30 to skip the line at Space Mountain? Would you do it in addition to paying a park ticket, souvenirs, food? You know, that adds up, especially for a family of 4. It's not cheap. We'll see how the rollout is. It's gonna be very interesting to watch. I don't know if I'm gonna be using it a lot. I might use it once or twice, but I'm gonna try to avoid it as much as I can because I just don't really support things like that because it is just a money grab and it really doesn't benefit anybody that much that changes your experience. It really doesn't. And a lot of people are defending Genie Plus, and I think that's the wrong thing to do because you know, it's those kind of decisions that end up taking the park down a path that we don't really want them to go down, where everything is a paid experience and it kind of turns back into a carnival versus something that Walt kind of wanted to get away from. So it's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on it. And on top of that, I think Disney should have went the route that Universal went with their Express Pass, Fast Pass thing, where you just pay a higher price and you can use that pass at with all the attractions. And obviously there's tiered pricing depending on demand for the day. But there's nothing else. There's no other busy work there. You don't have to be on your phone or anything like that. You don't need to make a selection. You don't need to pay an additional fee to go on another attraction to skip the line. It's just all one price. And to me, that's just an easier thing. I feel like the reason why they chose the route they did was that because $20 for a lot of people is like, oh, well, whatever, we'll pay $20. And they make more money long term that way. But for ease and guest experience, I wish they would have gone the Universal route. And mark my words, if the company continues in its direction, I think Universal will be taking over here in the next 5 years. I think Universal is playing their cards right, and I think Universal's really paying attention to the competition, which is Disney, and learning from some of their mistakes. And I think one of their mistakes here at Disney is Genie Plus. Don't get me wrong, I love being here. I love Disneyland. I love riding the rides and attractions and enjoying the shows and the entertainment, and of course being here with my friends and family. But what I'm very worried about with the direction the company is going is that everything is going to be an upcharge. Everything is going to cost money. You're going to have to be on your phone all the time. You're going to have to book a reservation quick. You know, I don't like that. I miss some of the old aspects of coming to Disneyland. I don't like some of the new stuff. Whether, you know, be efficient or not, I don't think that it's long-term what people really want. I don't know. What are your thoughts though? Go ahead and comment down below. Do you think the company is going in a direction that it shouldn't? I want to know. Let's have a conversation because there's a lot happening with Disney right now. And speaking of Lightning Lane, not all of the signage on property has been converted to, say, Lightning Lane. A lot of it still says Fast Pass. They'll be working on that throughout the next couple of weeks because we're not really sure when the Lightning Lane will roll out here at the Disneyland Resort. There's still a lot of work to be done though overnight as far as converting all of the old Fast Pass signs to Lightning Lane. And here's another issue I've been kind of noticing here at Disneyland. Look at this. You see in front of me, I'm at the Galactic Grill. These are all mobile order windows. They've gotten rid of all of the cash registers in favor of mobile order. There's only one register at the far end over there. I don't even think there's one on this end too. No, there's only one register out of all of these windows. So you're kind of forced to use mobile order. But what ends up happening is that a lot of people don't want to use mobile order and they end up waiting in a standby queue just to order food because they don't want to use their phone. I think Disney should have a good middle ground when it comes to this kind of thing. Half of the windows should be mobile order and the other half should be registers. There's nothing wrong with having a register, and I think the reason why they're doing this is so they don't have to have as many cast members in the day. It saves the company money. I mean, all of these things are here to save the company money. They're not here for any other reason, and I just think that there should be a middle ground. Have a few people bringing people up. It doesn't take that long. They've been doing it at this particular location for over 30 years. Again, I don't hate this place. I'm just giving them some constructive criticism. I think that's a good thing. As a consumer, I should have the right to call some things out. So again, I don't hate Disneyland. I just hate some of the decisions that they're making. The park itself is great. I have a fantastic time every time I'm here. But I just wish they would change a couple things. Made it to the top of the station here. It's been so long since I've been up here. It's really exciting. This is gonna be a fun ride around the resort. Be taking it over to downtown Disney. I might even get off grab myself a cup of coffee over there.
Gateway to the downtown Disney District and the Disneyland Resort Hotel. If you will be leaving us here and returning later today, please hold on to your park ticket and leave the station. You may reboard the monorail for a return trip to Tomorrowland up until 1.5 hours prior to Disneyland closing. Please remain seated until the monorail comes to a complete stop and the doors have opened.
Alrighty, coffee obtained. You know, there's actually quite a bit of people walking around downtown Disney this afternoon, more than I expected. And look at this over here by Sprinkles Cupcakes. The Disney Home Store is all decked out for the holidays. And if we keep panning over, look, construction update. We have 2 new shops coming in to downtown Disney. We have a soccer store and we have the Love Pop store, whatever that is. I have no idea. Oh, hello, mighty downtown Disney flower fountain, fountain of youth. Those that don't know, yeah, this is the Fountain of Youth. If you've been looking for it for ages, it's just right here in the middle of Anaheim. And just like magic, through the power of editing, we've made it back into Disneyland. Again, I just love walking in to our main street. Oh, look, I've been greeted with some nice horse poop. You know you're getting the full Disneyland experience when you get horse poop on Main Street. Only a few more days remain for our pumpkin friend, and Mickey will be going back in storage until next year. Oh my goodness, it's Tigger doing what Tigger does best. And with that, I think it's time to head out. It was a good day at Disneyland today. Be back very, very soon. Making my way out of the park right now. There's a lot of people on Main Street. The line for the corn dog cart is very long. Plaza Inn is packed. A lot of people are getting their snacks and treats right now too. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the park today. All right, I've made it back to the parking structure. That was a good day at Disneyland. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos and more, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so stay up to date on every time I post new videos. I have new videos every single week and you won't want to miss out on that. And I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're inching very, very close, ever so slowly but surely, to that number. So things are getting really exciting. I can't believe it. We're just about to hit 70,000. So that's really exciting too. So thank you so much for all the love and support you've given to Theme Park Obsession. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back at Disneyland very, very soon. I'll have more Disney content as well as content from Six Flags Magic Mountain, Universal Studios, Knott's Berry Farm, all the theme parks. Always having a blast with you guys. So don't forget to stay notified by ringing that bell. But other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.